Can you just talk a little bit about the effort today? I mean, these guys were kind of beat up, and yet they kept fighting.
I think the effort was great, and I reminded them at halftime about the way we play on the road. I said, they played great. We didn't do smart things. You know, we put in a lot of plays this week, a lot of things for Shane Bohannon, and we ignored him. It doesn't pay to work on it all weekend. At halftime, I just gave them a piece of my mind saying, you know, this is you've got a great player here, but you're ignoring him. And they got the message, and they didn't ignore him.
What about him, and especially in that second half? I mean, it seemed like that's him.
He was a great player. He deserves all the credit. He's working really hard to get back, and we're going to continue to go to him. And Russ has got to realize that the great players play well in the final 5 to 7 minutes of the game, not early on. What great guards do is get the ball inside, get it to the people to motivate them to play better defense.
Rick, we've talked about making adjustments to injuries, you know, before the game, but it almost seemed like in game you guys had so many different moving parts. What does it say just about the heart of this team?
I think they got great heart. I think they're a fun team to coach. I think that we made some vital mistakes in the first half, but this was as good a crowd as we've played in quite some time. You know, it'll rival any Big East crowd, certainly. A great arena, great fans, great crowd. And we had a battle, all the elements tonight to get a victory, and we did. We did a good job in the second half of moving the basketball and answering their threes. Kevin made a big three, Shane made a big three, Luke made a couple of big threes. We're shooting the ball much better in practice, but the movement was much better offensively in the second half.
And free throw line, too, you guys.
We've been improving at all phases. The first half, I was really upset at the guys because we worked all week on getting Shane the ball, and we didn't get it to him. In the second half, we did a good job.
Coach, how important is it to keep this rivalry going with Memphis, especially with everything that's happening?
With the exception of one fan who kept saying I was afraid of the Big East, that's why we're leaving, and that after I worked for 2 months trying to promote Memphis in the Big East, and everybody knows how much I love the Big East, I'd like to keep it going for a long time. Great fans, great environment. You know, I'm really upset, and I don't want to blame football. I don't want to blame greed. I don't want to blame all the call icon presidents that just are going for the money and giving up 75 years of tradition. And that's what it is. Because money shouldn't make women's sports suffer and minor sports suffer where they got to take 3 different flights while the rest of us takes charter for 2 sports. These women, you know, like a school that just left the Big 12's got the closest school is 800 miles. What do all those women do? What do the minor sports do? So everybody's leaving all this great tradition for money. Now, I understand money's important in all walks of life, but how much do you need? I mean, we were desperate. We wanted to stay in the Big East badly, but we'd probably lose football. So, you know, football's really important to Louisville. But I love Memphis, love the town, love the people, love the rivalry. It's a great rivalry. And I'd love to continue it. We got to see what's going to happen with the Big East next year. But I think Josh is a terrific young coach, going to get better and better and better. You know, everybody always gets on young coaches. But I know one thing, I wish I was his age now, but he's much better than me when I was his age. So he's going to do a terrific job with this program, already has.
Was your intent on to try not to play Van Treese if you could?
Didn't want to play him because he didn't practice for 3 days. And Fred said, you may lose him for the next couple of days. And with FIU coming up, I didn't want to give Richard any edge at all.
What tipped your hand? What made you?
Because it was all whether Montrez could learn the 5 spot, and he learned it fine. So he was practicing well at the 5 spot.
Coach, when you got down, Peyton scored 7 straight. He kind of kept you in the game when everything else was not
I think we learned so many lessons tonight. We learned how valuable Shane is. Russ learned a lesson that he could shoot us out of the game if he takes bad shots, and that was the Russ freshman year, not this year. And he showed great maturity. The good thing about Russ is you can get on him, and he responds in a good way. So our guys came out in the second half and played better.